ladies and gentlemen. Now that I've got that rant out of my system, I've been holding that in all day. Welcome back. If you're new here, I ask that you'd please subscribe. Ring the little bell icon to be notified when I upload a video. Share my content with your friends and family on other social media platforms. Anyhow, the subject I really wanted to talk about tonight was things that people often overlook for an SHTF when they're trying to get prepared. Okay, one of the main things that I've noticed that a lot of people do overlook is dental problems. Okay, now I'm not a medical doctor, so let's get that out of the, and nothing I say here is medical advice. Just a warning up front that nothing I have to say tonight is medical advice. Do your own research, come to your own conclusions, but a lot of people don't think about, okay, well, what happens in an SHTF? There's not going to be any access to dental or hospital for that matter. So we try to prepare for the medical side of it, like stab wounds, gunshots, stuff like that. But how many of us actually prep stuff for dental emergencies? Now I have been, and a lot of it you can order, no problem. They don't give you a hassle. Like, you need a set of elevator pliers to elevate the tooth up out of the socket. Okay. Now you could use regular needle nose pliers, but trust me, that is a real pain in the ass. I know I've pulled my own teeth with regular needle nose pliers, and it was very painful. Took a long time to do, and there was a lot of blood involved. Okay, whereas if you have the the dental pliers that elevate the tooth up out of the socket, things go a lot smoother. Yeah, you're still going to feel it, but it's not going to be nowhere near as bad or as long to get it out of there. There's also a tool that you can buy. Now, a lot of people don't realize that in order to be able to pull a tooth easier, okay, you actually need to break it loose in the socket. And in order to do that, they have a special tool that you push down on the tooth to break it free in the socket. That's when you go to the dentist and they're going to pull a tooth, you notice they're putting pressure on that tooth, pushing down. There's a special tool that they have for that. I don't know the names of these tools. I bought them. I have them just in case, but I don't know the names of them right offhand. Anyhow, you can find them online. But you break the tooth free, use the elevator pliers to help, and the pliers will grip the tooth, as well as it's got a little pivot point on there where you can actually pop it up out of there. You can also actually, believe it or not, you can buy nitrous oxide, which is laughing gas. Now, I would suggest not using it unless you have studied up on it. Now, like I said, nothing I give here is medical advice. This is all just things that I'm doing that other people might want to consider. We did buy nitrous oxide. We have bought a bunch of dental books, for college dental books. You can go to any college and buy the books for dental, classes and so forth. Read up on it, study up on it, but we like I said, we bought dental books. We have bought the how-to home dentistry books. We have bought the books talking about anesthesia using nitrous oxide. We've got all of that information in book form, because you're not going to have access to the internet, if something like this happens. Okay. And then there are other things to consider as well, like if you lose a filling, you can go out right now and buy the temporary fillings out at Walmart, CVS, Rite Aid, Walgreens, all of those places, and it'll temporarily replace the filling, but you can buy as many of those as you want, and I suggest having them on hand because, if you've ever lost a filling out of a tooth, it's very painful. I've lost them before, and yeah, but the reason I'm talking about this is because, dental problems can actually kill you. I mean, an abscessed tooth can kill you quick. Believe it or not, that abscess gets into your bloodstream. It don't take no time whatsoever for it to actually kill you. I suggest getting books of home remedies so that you can learn what is a natural antibiotic that you can take to help to relieve these things. I know clove oil and all that works good, but for severe pains there and for abscesses and stuff like that, you're going to need more than clove oil. I mean, you can go to, like right now, it's springtime, so cattails are coming up everywhere. If you peel the leaf back, there is like a clear jelly in there, and you can scoop that out on your finger. Just make sure it doesn't have any insects on it, but you can scoop that out on your finger, rub it on your gums. It works as good as Novocaine. I've done it before with the toothache, and it lasted for hours. Careful not to get it on your tongue because you will be talking funny for a while. But you can salvage some of that, but problem is it doesn't have a very long shelf life. So I haven't figured out how to store it yet to where it would last more than a few months. But just some basic things, now, like everybody knows you should take CPR classes and all that, but how many of you have thought about, okay, well, if it hits the fan and a member of your mag is pregnant, do any of you know how to deliver a baby? I've taken emergency birthing courses, and I've taken some, oh crap, I can't even remember the word for it now. I've taken courses on how to deliver children and all that, but like, do you know what to do if the baby's breached? Do you know what to do if the umbilical cord is wrapped around the baby's neck, or the baby's starting to come out and the mucus sac hasn't ruptured, and the baby's coming out and the mucus sac is still intact? Do you know how to pop that without harming the child? Do you know the aftercare for a woman that just had a baby? There's a lot involved to it. Okay, do you know how to clean the baby's airway and get them breathing when they're born? What happens if they are born and they're not breathing? I mean, there's a lot to take in here, and there are courses that you can take that will walk you through every step of emergency childbirth. Now, I do suggest that everybody go and take these classes. Now, like I said, I'm not a medical doctor, so nothing I say here is to be construed as medical advice. Okay, you do your own research and come to your own conclusions, but I always suggest training for everything. When you're prepping SHTF, a lot of people don't think about the basic necessities, toothpaste, dental floss, toothbrushes. But then you also run into birth control. How many condoms do you really need? Can you get extra supplies of your birth control? Then there's women's vaginal health as well that you have to think about, because in an SHTF, we're not exactly going to be the cleanest of people, most of us anyhow. I mean, I will. I've got wells and all that, but I mean, not everybody's going to be able to bathe regularly. But okay, what happens, if you get a yeast infection? You're going to need something to knock that out with. So I suggest people prep some monostat and stuff like that, just to be safe. Some, even hemorrhoidal problems is something that a lot of people don't think about. Preparation H, stuff like that, but, this is a subject that a lot of people don't want to talk about too. Like the other night I watched a video where Arkansas Living was trying to touch on this subject, but the man's face turned beet red. He got embarrassed as hell. But I mean, these are all things that we really need to consider. I mean, there's possibility that you could get STDs. You're going to need some antibiotics, whether they're herbal or over-the-counter, pharmaceuticals. You're going to need to know what can knock it out, that STD, like, gonorrhea, whatever, chlamydia. You're going to need to know these things, and you're going to need to have preps for these things. And like I said, it's a subject that a lot of people don't want to talk about. There are people that suffer from, irritable bowel syndrome and all that. You need to find out what natural remedies there are for that, because you're not going to have access a lot of times to the prescription stuff. Find out what aggravates it, what sets it off, and try to avoid those things. And like I told everybody before, people are going to be eating a lot of beans. You might want to stock up on some Beano, because you don't want to be giving away your position, you know what I mean. But the basic necessities, a lot of people overlook stuff like this. We have to take care of every aspect of our health in an SHTF, because there's not going to be medical assistance during that time. So you're going to be on your own to become your own doctor, or helping other people in your mag to deal with problems that they might have. There are a lot of things that you really need to think about, and I'm hoping that you're paying attention, and that I'm helping you out here. There are books on a lot of this stuff that you can read up on. Buy the books, store them up. It's always good to have that reading material on hand, because you can't remember everything. Okay, even the best of us will forget this little thing here or that little thing there, and those little things can make a difference. That's why it's good to have those books on hand to use as a reference manual. So go out, get books, get the equipment, get all that stuff. And like I said, now what you do with it after that is up to you. I'm not a medical doctor. I'm not a dentist. I cannot tell you what to do or what not to do. Okay, do your own research. Figure it out for yourself. I'm just trying to give you some ideas on things that you might want to prep for. Okay. Anyhow, if you found this video useful, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, ring the little bell icon to be notified whenever I upload a new video, share my content on other social media platforms. If you would like to email me, my emails are in the description below. If you'd like to support my channel, there are links down there for that as well. If not, hey, it's all good. My P.O. box will be in the description below as well. So if you want to write me or send me anything, hey, it's there for you. Anyhow, I appreciate each and every one of you watching my videos. Sorry about the rant, but I couldn't hold that in any longer. But I'll talk to you all later. God bless. Stay safe out there. Bye-bye.